Hi, in this video we will see a new IICS non-native add-on connector, file processor connector. The file processor connector is used to securely transfer files from one location to another location regardless of size and location. For example, transfer of files between local system and FTP or SFTP server, copying, moving files within a local file system, compress and decompress, encrypt and decrypt, archive and unarchive files within a local file system, or renaming the local file system. We are using this file processor connector. Here I am going to demonstrate transferring files between local file system to the SFTP server using synchronization task. Here my SFTP server is on Linux machine. Right now this is a secure shell of Linux machine. Right now I am in this home, IICS and this Antosh directory. So let me log in with the Windows, the SFTP option. I will go to CMD, SFTP, username of my SFTP server and host name. In the host name, here I have IP address, and password for login to that server. Let me check the content of this SFTP server. Here I have one folder with Antosh and one more is config.bin. Let me go to this Antosh folder, and right now nothing is there in this Antosh folder, and you can see in secure shell also nothing is there. And here my source is the local machine. The local machine, I have this one folder called SFTP I have created under D drive, IICS and SFTP server. This is having 6 files. I want to move these files with the help of this file processor connector with synchronization task. Let us directly go to the IICS dashboard to create the synchronization task for this. So before creation of synchronization task, I need to add the file processor connector. As I told, it is a non-native IICS connector, so I need to add that non-native IICS connector from administrative menu. I need to go to administrator, and I will select add-on connector option, administrator. I will go to add-on connector, and I will search for file processor. File, you can see file processor. After entering the file, it will show the file processor connector. Already it is added. If it is not added, it will show start trial button, start free trial button option. So I have already added it. It will the trial account is giving 30 days trial for this connector. You can check, you can verify the activation of this connector from license menu. You can check whether it is activated or not. You can see it is activated for 30 days. So I have to create the connections for this file processor connector. So I will go to the connections menu, and I will create connections for that file processor connector. Just I will create a new connection. So I will create this file processor connection for using this connection in a synchronization task. I will give the name like file, already there, file processor connection 1, and I will select the options, the type as a file processor. It is not visible if you did not add that file processor connection. If the moment when you add this file processor connector, it will be visible over here. You select the type file processor connector. It will ask the details, the further details to add for this file processor connector, like I need to define the runtime environment. I need to tell the runtime environment for this file processor connector. Here I am using the local secure agent group 1. I need to tell the source file directory from where the file you want to move to the server. Here in this case I told the source is my local directory. It is there. I have created D drive IICS SFTP. I will copy this and I will paste over here. And my target is a Linux FTP server. You can see the target directory is home. You can check with present working directory. I want to move the files in this directory. So home / IICS / Antosh directory / I will enter home / home IICS / Antosh directory, and filter is select file type. So here this file types, what type of file you want to transfer. Here in this case I am using all, or you can mention the pattern of the name having some pattern, like it starts with some date pattern, ends with date patterns, or if you want to have the size option, you can mention the size greater than, less than, or it contains some specific name in the file name. You can use this option. You can use start with, end with. If you want to have some file extension, you can use this option. There are different options that are there. You can, according to that options, you can use that option, and you need to mention the pattern according to the option you selected in select file. Okay, if I select all, no need to mention any pattern. If you select last one contain date pattern, you have to mention the date pattern and how many days old file you want to move. That days you have to enter in number. So here I am using, we will see all these options in the future videos. Right now in this video I am going to demonstrate with all option. So here for all options, no need of mentioning file pattern or day calculations. So I will leave it blank. And here this passkey one, this is a credential to connect to the SFTP server. I am going to use this passkey variable name, and here I am going to enter the password over here of password to connect to IICS server. And I am going to refer this passkey while creating passkey 1 while creating the synchronization task for connecting to the IICS FTP server, SFTP server. So let me check if you have more than one SFTP or FTP server, you can mention the other passwords. You can refer these variables in creating while creating the synchronization task. So let me test the connection. Yeah, connection is successful. Let me save this connection. My connection is ready to use in the synchronization task. So let me go to the data integration dashboard. Create a new task, synchronization task. I'll give the name as some meaningful name. I'll give ST, yeah, file processor local to local to SFTP and file processor, and I'll use the task operation as insert operation. Go to next. Here I'll select that connection which I have created just now, file processor connection 1. And I have to select source type as single and a source object as SFTP put. So here you can see the different types of objects are available for downloading files from server to client. You need to use SFTP get. Here in this demonstration I am uploading the file from local machine to the server, so I am using SFTP put. For SFTP related operations, you can use SFTP get for downloading file from server to client, SFTP put for uploading the file from client to server. If you want to delete the files, you can use SFTP delete file from the servers. The remaining things like FTP, for FTP you can use this FTP delete for deleting files from the server, FTP put for uploading file to the FTP server, get for downloading file from FTP server to the local machine, secure agent machine. Or if you want to have the file operations, local file operations like decrypting, encrypting, moving file, renaming file, archiving file, compressing, decompressing file, different objects are there. According to your requirement you can select those objects. So here in this synchronization task, my requirement is to upload file from local machine to the server, so I am using SFTP put object. So I'll go to next. So here in target I have to select the local machine flat file connection. So here a local machine flat file connection is this one, because here it will create, this synchronization task will create a file which is having details of transfer of files from local machine to the server. So here I will create a target file, like it has taken automatically, it has taken sftp_put.csv. This file will be kept in flat file connection directory. Okay, so I'll keep the same name, I don't want to change the name. So as I mentioned, this file is having the information about the transfer of files from local machine to the server machine. We will see at the end of the demonstration, we will see the content of this file. Header, you can see the header is source directory, target, destination directory, pattern flag. All these are there in this SFTP_put. This is the target. I'll go to next. This is very important. Here we need to mention some data filters according to the objects we have selected in the source. So I'll create a new data filter, like I have to use the top side object SFTP_put, and according to the object the data filter will appear. I have to mention the user ID for logging on the SFTP server. My username is this. Okay, further I need to add the port number of the server. By default SFTP is having 22 port number. If there is an override of this port number, you can consult your administrator. Here in my case the port number is of my server is 22. And next is password for logging to the SFTP server. Here, as I mentioned, here I am using that passkey variable, which I already defined my password in creating the connection. I defined my password in passkey 1. That value, that variable I am passing over here. No need to type the password here. Don't type password over here. It is visible. So whatever password we have stored while creating the connection passkey 1, that passkey 1 we have to pass over here. Suppose if you want to have, if you are having the passwordless connections, like you are using your server is having public key and private key options to connect to the server. In that case, you need to use SFTP sh2 key file. There you need to provide the path of your private key, like the client is having the private key and you are going to store the public key of the client in the server to connect the passwordless for the passwordless connection. So you need to pass the path for that private key. That file should be kept in flat file location of your local machine. Like the flat file location of my local machine is D drive IICS, as I shown previously. Here you need to keep that file and you need to pass that file location, complete location over here. So it automatically use that file to log in without password. That we will see in the next future videos. I will create on this also. So in this demonstration, I am using the password which I stored while creating the connection. So I have created user ID, password and port number. I need to define the host name also. So next is host name. So here in my case it is IP address. If your administrator has defined the URL for that host name, you can pass the URL over here. Here in my case it is IP address. So I'll save this. Okay, these four are mandatory. The rest of things, it depends on the requirement. If you want to have the requirement, like as I mentioned, for the private key login, private key based login, you can use that option. Different options are there that we will see in the future videos. For mandatory things are these are four things we need to create the synchronization task, to transfer the file from source to target. Let's go to next. So no need to change anything over here. We have mentioned the target file as sftp_put.csv. As I told, it contains the transfer details of the files which transfer from from source to target. The files which copied from source to target, that details are there in this file. That we will see at the end of the mapping, at the end of this execution. So let's next, press next and finish it. Yeah, my task is ready, synchronization task is ready. I will execute this task. See, before execution, I'll show the content of this directory. This is empty. I'll show this even FTP login, SFTP login. It is empty. Okay, so I think there are more folders are created. That okay, this is empty. So let us run this synchronization task. I will run this task. I'll go to my job. Update is available. It is available. You can see 6 rows are processed. You can see the successful row 6 and already is processed. You can go to the terminal, SSH terminal. You can see all 6 files has been processed from all transferred from all copied from local machine to FTP server, SFTP server. You can see in here also all 6 files are there in SFTP, is uploaded, successfully uploaded in SFTP server. So let us see the content of that file. It automatically created, that sftp_put.csv. Just open that file in Notepad. You can see it is having all the transfer details, like
the source directory, destination directory, SFTP username, password, it is there in password, passkey, port number, everything is there, and file name and time and date, everything is there in this file which we have configured in target. So thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.